Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment is brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. Spring is almost here, and that means it's time to start planning for mosquitoes and carpenter bees. And you can call Southeast Termite and Pest Control this week to discuss their treatment options. Since 1971, go to southeasttermite.com. Tennessee gets ready for a big game and a big week. Here's where things stand right now. These are projections, of course. The next 2 weeks will play a big role, but the bracketology report looking at Joe Lunardi of ESPN and Jerry Palm of CBS Sports. Both have Tennessee as a 2 seed. You see Quinnipiac and Colgate as a potential first-round matchup, starting out in either Indianapolis or Memphis. Tennessee is close. A lot of the ESPN broadcasts on Saturday night was about Tennessee's chances to get a 1 seed. Again, these next 2 weeks will play a big role in that. So let's take a look at where things are in the SEC, as Tennessee is tied atop the SEC standings with the head-to-head tiebreaker right now for seeding, but Tennessee still has a game to go at Alabama. Auburn, Alabama, South Carolina, Kentucky coming up. Ole Miss, Tennessee, Florida, and Arkansas is the schedule for Alabama. So remove the head-to-head matchup. Mark Pancratz, I would say that the advantage schedule-wise is to Alabama, and then Auburn is 1 game behind Alabama and Auburn right now in the SEC standings. So as you look, Mark, at the standings, the schedules over the final 2 weeks, does anything stand out about what you see for Tennessee or the opponents Tennessee is trying to beat out?
Well, yeah, Tennessee definitely has the hardest slate down the stretch. I like Auburn's. Auburn seems to be the easiest stretch that I see there. And then even Kentucky, you know, they're at Mississippi State, but they've got 2 snoozers at home, and then this one coming up in Knoxville against Tennessee.
They'll get their shot against the Vols.
Before the conference championship.
So that is a look at the SEC standings. Our focus back to Tennessee and Auburn. What do you think Bruce Pearl will try to do? We'll start out on the offensive side, attacking Tennessee's defense, which has been a strength over the course of the season. But as we talked about, Auburn's top 15 offense and defense this year. Offensively, what does Auburn try to do this week?
Ball screens. I mean, they're going to ball screen a ton and even add some action. Some coaches call it the sweep action, to where they're running up, acting like they're going to set a ball screen, but then they slip it, they enter it or exit it before there's actual screen, because they're going to drive us downhill. They score almost 50% of their points in the paint. So they're going to attack downhill with Broom, getting the ball inside to him, and those ball screens. We've got to defend the ball screens with Adu and Tobey. And
avoid foul trouble, I imagine.
Yeah, because of our depth. I mean, they've got incredible depth. And if we're going to do some ball screen actions, or they're going to do ball screen actions with Josiah, or basically we're going to do a lot of switching in that instances. And so we got to be able to keep guys out of foul trouble.
How about Auburn on the defensive end? Like Tennessee, a top 5 defensive efficiency team. What do they try to do against Tennessee?
There's no doubt Barnes or Pearl's talking to them about their guards, about toughness, about being able to bring the heat back to Tennessee. We're known for our toughness and how we get through screens and how we defend ball screens and really try to blow things up. Auburn's going to try to do the same thing in the half court. And then the full court, again, they're going to try to wear down Zakai, ball pressure him, make somebody else bring the ball up the floor, and disrupt our offense and the flow of our offense. When our offense is not stationary and we're moving, we're a good offensive team. But when we get out there and just pound the ball up top because now maybe Gainey or Connect or somebody else is initiating the offense besides Ziegler, our offense gets more stagnant.
Is that where Connect, his ability to help from a full court standpoint, handling the basketball, is that where he can be even more helpful than the typical conversation of his ability to score?
It is, but Connect can make the easier assist out to the perimeter. He's not as good at the interior assist like Zakai is, so they're going to be able to gap Connect as he drives it, and that's why you need Gainey, Meshack, Vescovy, Josiah. Be a really good standstill shooter and knock down some open shots, because when Connect drives it, he's most likely going to kick it out to the perimeter and create some open opportunities for those guys.
Last thing, Auburn at home at Alabama. It's a big test. Will play a big role in the SEC standings. Again, NCAA tournament. Chances of a 2-0 week for Tennessee. What do you think?
Always going to say there's a chance, but I think they'll go 1-1. I think you'll end up winning this game and here in Knoxville, and then going to Alabama in that environment, the way that we whooped them here in Knoxville, the loss that they had last night, Alabama did. I think they'll be ready to go, and it'll be a tough one to get.
Mark Pancratz, great insight and information today as always. Thanks for being here. We'll let you go. You have your own coaching to do.
That's right.
The rest of the day. Mark, good to see you as always.
Thanks, Josh.
When we come back here on The Sports Source, we move from one court to another. We have a verdict. What does it mean for Tennessee? That when we come back.